What's up, everyone? This is Bill with BLRTUNING. Today's video is going to be for the Can-Am Ryker. Got a little project for you here. You'll find a link in the description to go purchase this. It is available on our website, blrtuning.co. This is the new rugged brake pedal for the Can-Am Ryker. So this bolts to your existing stock factory brake pedal. Pretty straightforward install. I'm going to show you how to install it here. It's about maybe a 10-minute job, okay? We are going to be using some blue thread locker. So in the description, in that link, you'll see the option to add some thread locker to your order. If you don't have any already, you can add a bottle of it. We do carry it. So I do recommend using it. It'll keep things from vibrating loose. So basically, this is how it comes. Nice, heavy-duty, non-slip surface, rugged rubber cover. So this goes on your existing foot brake lever and gives you a much bigger surface to be able to press the brake. Gives you more leverage on the brake. You can use outside here with your toe. Let's see, once we get it installed, I'll sit on it and show you guys how much coverage this actually gives you. So really cool little system there. Non-slip rubber surface, so even if it gets wet, it's not going to become super slippery or anything. Okay, and as many of you already know, the brake lever, some people refer to it as a brake pad, but technically the pads are on the front and back of your bike to stop your bike. But so if you see us refer to it as a brake pad, that's just so other people can relate that do call it that. They call this the pad that your foot goes on, okay? But nonetheless, it's the brake lever for your foot. Some bikes have them up on your hands. Some bikes have them down at the foot. Some bikes have both, okay? So the brake lever on the stock Can-Am Ryker is a metal bar that comes up. It's just a metal pad. It can get slippery when it's wet. Your foot can slide off it pretty easy. So this is a really nice little feature to have. You'll see on like some of the Can-Am SPYDER models, they already have a bigger foot lever. And the Ryker, they just went bare bones. This is small, small and it's as inexpensive as they could go. So this will fix that issue and give you a lot more surface area. Okay, so the way it's gonna go on, it's gonna slide over. The first thing you're gonna do, it's gonna come with some bolts. These are the black ones here. These are 4mm Allen wrench. So we're just using set of tools here, little sockets, 3mm Allen, 4mm Allen. That's all you need, okay? So 3mm Allen, these little, they're called grub screw. That is what locks it in place. So if you look underneath your foot brake lever right now, okay guys, so here's what's on the bike from the factory. You can see it's a metal, just a metal bar, nice and simple. And then underneath, you have this little, obviously it's dirty, but there's this little cutout inside here. So those grub screws are gonna butt up against this and kind of pinch it in there, and they can't come up or down because they're inside this little pocket. So that's what's gonna kind of lock that thing in place so it can't slide around. Okay, and then the backside bolts on. So that's where it's gonna go. Okay, so we will show you how to put it, assemble it. Comes with everything you need in the kit to bolt it on. And then you can see when we're done, it's gonna look something like this. So you can see how much more room you have when you compare the two, right? So you can get it bolted on there like that. Now you got way more coverage for your foot. Way easier to apply your brake. So that's how it's gonna go. Okay, so let me go back up to the bench here and just show you what to do when you first get this out of the box. You're gonna assemble it partially, and then you're gonna come out here and you're gonna put it on the actual bike. Remember, use blue thread locker, blue Loctite, whatever you got. That step will help keep those bolts from vibrating out. We always recommend using those, using some thread locker of some sort. Like I said, you can get it from our website with your order. Okay, so we got our pieces here. We got everything out of the box, right? So the first thing we need to do is take this guy and flip it over, and then you'll see these studs that stick up on here. So the camera's picking those up. Okay, so those are gonna line up with these threads here. So it needs to go like this, okay? Now it will slide onto your metal brake lever. So we need to stick these down in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use just a little drop of thread lock. You're not gonna use a lot, but enough to keep these bolts from vibrating out later on down the road. So just a little drop of some thread locker on there. Okay, and now we're gonna feed it through these holes. Oh, there it goes. And make sure it gets threaded in. You can do this by hand at first. Same with this one. Just a little drop of thread locker on there. Okay, and these are the 4mm Allen. Again, we're not going to go all the way down tight. We're going to leave it all loose. But this is the first step here. Let's get these down. So you can see it can flop around. It'll allow us to slide this over. And then we will get it on the bike, tighten these down, and then we will insert our grub screws. Again, we'll use a little drop of thread locker on there, and we'll tighten these down until they stop. Give just a little, half a turn, nothing crazy. You don't have to do it to any crazy torque specs or nothing like that. Remember, we're just, the grub screw is gonna be buttoned up against the your actual brake lever. So it's not threading into anything else but this. So, and this is some really heavy duty stuff. All right, this isn't light. This is not anything that feels cheap. It's going to last a long time. Really heavy duty materials that it's made out of. So, all right, let's hop over to the bike. Okay, you guys should be able to see that pretty well. So, again, we're going to need our thread locker and our 3mm Allen to get these bolts started. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll show you here on camera. You're going to just thread them in. Okay, so we have our thread locker on there. We're going to thread these bolts, these little grub screws. We're just going to thread them in there. We want it to still be flush, so like that. Okay, we want it to still be flush in there. Okay, we'll get both of them in there like that. So that way those are ready to go. Just a couple threads. And then we're going to come down here to this foot brake. And this guy just slides over and in as far as it can go. And now we will tighten up the black screws on the back, and those are our 4mm Allen. So we will tighten those all the way down once we get this to where we like it. You'll notice that you can swivel it just a hair, so it can be like this or like this. So we will tighten those black bolts down now, and then we will make sure that this is positioned where we want it to be, and tighten down the grub screws on the back. Okay? So let me grab the 4mm Allen, and we will snug those up. And again, we're just using a socket. You can use like a T-handle. Make sure you guys can see that there. Yep. Yeah. So we're just using a socket setup here, but you can use like a T-handle. Any 4mm Allen wrench will work just fine. Like I said, it doesn't have to be any crazy torque specs. We're going to tighten them, basically tighten them evenly. So we're going to tighten one down, tighten the other, and then hop back and forth and get them all the way cinched up. Right there is very good. Right there seems good to me. Okay, now you'll see it's on there. They'll still slide off, but now we need to tighten down the grub screws. So what I like to do is get them started by hand. Pretty easy to get to back here. And these are going to be what holds this piece in place, okay? And like I said, you can tilt it up a little. It's got a little bit of movement there. Once it's tightened down, that movement will be gone once you tighten down those little grub screws, okay? So, let's grab this. And we got our little 3mm Allen. We're going to leave this one kind of down flat, but you can lift it a hair if you wanted to. And we're going to shove it all the way in there. We're going to tighten the back one. Remember, it's going up against the metal, and you don't want to destroy the Allen head on it. It's just a 3mm Allen, so it's nothing crazy. So it doesn't require a ton of torque. These little grub screws grab pretty darn hard. So it doesn't require a ton of torque. If it feels like it's loose at all, then if the thing feels like it's moving around, tighten it down a little more, okay? Let me bring you over here and see what I got going on. Okay, we got everything installed. You see, much larger than the factory setup. And then you can see how the back looks here. So you can see those grub screws are down tight, so it doesn't shift and move around. Really solid. You can push out here at the very end, in here, it doesn't matter. So here's what this gives you, so you guys have an idea. If I put my foot on the brake, you can see there I have a lot more coverage. I can even have my foot way out here on the peg and still reach the brake very easy. So really cool setup if you want to be able to, if you find that brake pedal there to be just not big enough or comfortable enough on your foot. Again, it's metal also, so it can dig into the bottom of your shoe. Some people just don't like it. So this gives you another option, right? So that is the rugged brake pedal. You'll find it on our website, blrtuning.co. Okay. Like I said, it's a non-slip surface, so it doesn't feel like my foot's just going to slide off of it. It's kind of grippy. So really cool little setup. Anyways, I'm Bill with BLR Tuning. Hope you guys found that video useful. You can see there, we can get a view of the entire bike with the new little brake pedal on there. So there'll be a link in the description below. Go check it out, blrtuning.co. Rugged brake pedal for the Can-Am Ryker. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.